Hello guys, the Gamer Strategy here. This video contains spoilers, so if you haven't checked the game out, do click away, since this game is such a masterpiece that you should play it before looking at this video. Now that that's out of the way, welcome! In this video, we'll be doing a strategy guide on defeating Undyne the Undying. This is one of the most challenging boss fights in this game, but there are some key pointers that could help making this fight easier. I'll let you guys see my battle against Undyne in 4 times speed first before we start. If you don't want to, you can skip to this time frame. First up are items. Using item does has its benefits and could make the battle much easier. High defense items decrease the damage taken, while high attack damage increases your attack. So going to the defensive items. Using the faded ribbon, I got 11 to 13 damage from any attack. The damage does vary for some reason, I don't know why. Using the O22, I got 8 to 11 damage from any attack. It's only a slight difference, but getting hit multiple times would make the difference larger, so put it to your advantage. Now, for the offensive items. Using the toy knife, I did 1113 damage to 1260 attack damage to Undyne. This attack damage is roughly around the center area. Using the tough glove, I dealt 1100 to 1300 attack damage to Undyne. I lost my footage for it, but I'm pretty sure I hit around 1300 in the center. I didn't use the ballet shoes in this run, but the attack stat is higher than tough glove and toy knife. It might help you defeat Undyne faster, but I prefer the simple attack from the toy knife. It's up to you to decide which weapon to use. There are definitely other items to choose from, but the one I listed are free weapons and armors that you have to search in specific locations. This location is from the ruins area to the waterfall area. I'll put a link to the Undertale wiki fan site if you want to know more about the items. Check it down in the description below. Before I start, I'll explain some important things that you need to know. There are 3 types of arrows during the green heart mode. Blue arrow is a pretty straightforward arrow as it just goes straight. Red arrow is a blue arrow highlighted as it is the nearest to your heart. Yellow arrow is a trick arrow as it just flips to the other side and attacks you from behind. Okay, now let's start. So for phase 1 attack pattern 1, this attack pattern is always the same. You might want to memorize it. It goes through this step. Step 1, 3 arrows from above. Step 2, right, down, left, up, left, down, right, down, left, up. I'm pretty sure you'll remember it after the 4th attempt. Now let's move on to phase 1 attack pattern 2. This attack pattern is always the same. For this one, it goes like this. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Pretty simple. For phase 1 attack pattern 3, this attack pattern is random. This is a guessing game because the arrow is really packed. If you feel like a certain direction is coming, click the respective arrow key. The first coming arrow is highlighted in red. That might help a bit. Just practice and you'll get used to it. So, moving on to phase 2 attack pattern 1. This attack pattern is random and focuses on your current position. Usually I go around in circles and nothing hit. However, sometimes one of the arrows just spawns in a really bad position that it hits you when doing the circles, because it's random. So I would suggest you to start in a circle, but improvise if you feel like the arrow is going to hit you. So for attack pattern 2, this attack pattern is also random, but it is pretty easy to predict. The attack has a two-step pattern. First, it sets itself below, not really doing anything. Then it shoots upward. It only attacks in the left area, center area, and the right area. The way to dodge this is to simply note which arrow is going to shoot up first, and keep track the upcoming arrow and dodge it. Notice that when the arrow is fading, it can't hit you, so you'll be safe touching it. If you can find an empty area, you can stay there until an arrow sets itself beneath you. So, moving on to phase 3, attack pattern 1. This attack pattern is always the same. It goes like this. Left, up, right, down, left, right, left, up, down. Moving on to phase 3, attack pattern 2. This attack patterns will always be the same. For this one, it goes like this. Up, left, up, right, up, left, up, right, up. For phase 3, attack pattern 3, this attack pattern is always the same. It goes like this. Left, up, left, up, left, up, left, up, right, down, right, down, right, down. For this one, after I would say about 5 tries, you will already remember it, I'm pretty sure. So, now comes the tricky part. So, phase 4, attack pattern 1. This attack pattern triggers 2 times, and I find this attack pattern to be the trickiest. This attack pattern is dependent on your location. I would say being in a corner or near the edge is a disadvantage, as it restricts your way out. I don't find this to be helpful because I know about it unconsciously, but the pattern always goes counterclockwise, then clockwise, and it will alternate. It might help you, so I'll just include it here. My strategy is to wait until the rotation is really slow, then find a way out. Of course, this means that you have to keep looking out for the next one, since failing one of them can destroy your momentum and usually results to a game over. Just keep practicing and you'll do fine. Moving on to phase 5. The first attack pattern. The first time I reached to this phase, I died instantly. It definitely will trick you. Thankfully, the attack pattern never really changes, so it's a nice bonus. It goes like this. Left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, right, left, down. Moving on to attack pattern 2. This should be easier than the previous pattern as there's less yellow arrow. It goes like this. Left, right, up, left, right, down, left, right, up, left, right, down. If you are having trouble with this one, just ignore the yellow arrow. Once you have blocked it, then go switch your direction to the next blue arrow. Moving on to attack pattern 3. This would catch you off guard the first time, but it is relatively easy. It goes like this. Left, right, down, up, right, left, up, down, left, right, down, up, right, left. Moving on to attack pattern 4. This attack pattern is similar to phase 1 attack pattern 3, and it is random. The only difference is that sometimes the attack lasted too long that the game just cut the attack, even if there are some leftover arrows aiming at you. Which is a nice bonus. So moving on to phase 6 attack pattern 1. This attack is similar to phase 4 attack pattern, but slightly different. Instead of rotating, the arrows gets in position then attack. However, the time that the arrow takes to get ready slightly lessen over time, so it becomes much harder over time. I struggled in this attack pattern for a while, but then I got the hang of it. I find that looking at a certain direction of arrow makes it easier to navigate and avoiding all the arrows. This one is a bit hard to explain, so I'll try to use some visual example so that you get the idea. As you can see, I'm looking over to this arrow that I zoomed in on. I'm using this arrow as my reference, try to get as near as possible, but not getting hit. However, sometimes I ran out of space to escape to because I was too close to the edge of the block and I had to improvise. I'm not sure if it might help you that much, but I'm sure if you stay determined, you can do it. Phase 6 attack pattern 2. This is the same attack pattern as in phase 4 attack pattern 1, with the exception that it's slightly faster. Moving on to attack pattern 3. This is the same attack pattern as in phase 2 attack pattern 1, but way faster and more annoying. Moving on to attack pattern 4. Same attack pattern again in phase 2 attack pattern 2, but it's slightly faster that you might not even notice it. And then after that, they just loop phase 6 from 1 to 4, as far as I know. I tried to delay the game as much as possible when I reached that phase, but I couldn't reach that far. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you. Leave a like if you like the video and subscribe if you want to. Thank you. Hi guys, so I wanted to make a personal talk around the end of each video from this point on, just to get a bit more personal, I guess. I plan for the video to be as straightforward as possible, so I don't want to interrupt much. And if I could, I tried to put in some advice and some personal experience so that you guys can know that you're not alone, that you're not the only one who is having trouble with this. Yeah, so I thought I'll make some of this every single video from now on. Probably talking about different stuff, but for now I'll just talk about this. Yeah. Anyway, thank you. If you reached this far, I just want to say thank you.